Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nurratun Amira binti Nur Azlan. I would like to present my final year project, which is Greywater Footprint Determination and Prediction of Light Industrial Activities in Kuantan River Basin by Deep Learning Algorithm. So, for my background of my study, water may be an elementary entity for living things, as there is no living creature that does not rely on water directly or indirectly. The problem statement of my study is anthropogenic activities are giving effect to the water bodies, and in water footprint accounting, grey water footprint is being left out, as it is similar to the calculation of water quality index. For my objective, First of my objective is to inventory light industrial activities within Kuantan River Basin for 2015 to 2017. My second objective is to determine greywater footprint for Kuantan River Basin in 2015 to 2017, and my third objective is to predict the total greywater footprint based on deep learning algorithm. The scope of my study, it covers 5 areas of water treatment plant, which is Sungai Lembing, Bukit Ubi, Bukit Sagu, Semambu, and Pancing. And my study is also focused on light industrial activities, which is food production, electronic, consumer, printing, garment manufacturing, home and office furnishing, automotive assembly. And greywater footprint accounting is based on greywater footprint formula as stated at my screen, and water footprint modeling that I use for my study is deep learning algorithm. Next, the significance of my study is freshwater consumption needed in light industrial based on greywater footprint accounting. This is my literature review for my study. It's cover from 2010 to 2019. This is the area for my study area, Kuantan River Basin, and 5 water treatment plant. Next, this is the methodology for my study. I will explain in detail in the next slide. Okay, this is the methodology for my first objective. So my first objective to inventory light industrial activities. So we have to do data collection first. The data we get from the Department of Statistic Malaysia, PAIP, JPS, and MET. And we have to classify the data based on type of industry, and then based on area of water treatment plant, and all this data we have done in Microsoft Excel. Next, for objective number 2, to determine greywater footprint by using formula. First, we have to identify parameter based on contribution factor of water consumption. Then the accounting of greywater footprint. Next, we have to classify based on parameter and type of discharge, and then we can apply the formula, the greywater footprint formula, which is we have to divide load by concentration maximum minus concentration of natural, and then all this we have done in Microsoft Excel also. For objective number 3, we have done the methodology for objective number 3 by using deep learning algorithm to predict the water footprint using deep learning algorithm. First, we have to classify the result, and we do the data cleaning process where we have to remove the outlier. Then we do the optimization of hyperparameter construction network architecture, and we do the training, testing, and validation for the data. The data we have to train and test for the final result, and do the validation before publish the model. And we do the long short-term memory for prediction time series, and lastly we can publish the model. Next, this is the result for my study. It shows that this pie chart shows the result for my objective 1, where it shows the inventory-like activities in Kuantan River Basin for 2015 to 2017. This pie chart shows there is 2 water treatment plants, Semambu and Pancing water treatment plant, because there is no light industrial activities in Sungai Lembing, Bukit Sagu, Bukit Ubi water treatment plant. This result has divided into 2 categories, which is upstream and downstream. And as we see, there is more industrial activities in upstream category for Semambu water treatment plant, and there is more industrial activities in downstream category for Pancing water treatment plant. And it is also same for the 2016. It is same as the previous one, where the industrial is more on upstream category for Semambu, and for Pancing water treatment plant, the industrial more at the downstream category. Okay, this is also same for 2017. So next, this is the result for greywater consumption based on type of premise. This result shows that Pancing and Semambu, and it shows that the highest grey water consumption based on type of premise for 2015 for Pancing is construction, for Semambu is food manufacturing, and it is also same for the 2016 construction and food beverage manufacturing is the highest grey water consumption for Pancing and Semambu. And it is slightly different for Semambu water treatment plant for 2017, where workshop is the highest grey water consumption based on premise for 2017. Next, this is the result for my second objective, the total greywater footprint. Okay, as seen in the slide, total greywater footprint for 2015 and 2017 for Pancing and Semambu, there is decreasing from 2015 to 2017 in water treatment, in Pancing water treatment plant. This is because some of the industry have stopped their operation or maybe transfer to other state, so it will make the total greywater footprint decrease in result. For total greywater footprint in Semambu water treatment plant, it show in the data the result shows an increasing. This is because maybe some of the mostly of the industry use more water to produce the product. For result, objective 3, this is the graph for the prediction of water grey-water footprint using the modeling. So as we look for Panching area, industrial activities shows the same pattern as the actual data trend, and as we look the green line, it is a prediction data, and the prediction is following the trending final pattern, and this is due to the industrial activities in Panching is not as busy as Semambu, and it is changes in terms of quantity on the yearly basis is not affected the overall value of grey water footprint. For Semambu area, we can see that the prediction values seems to be in line with the actual data, and however the prediction value did not capture the sudden fluctuation. This is sudden fluctuation, and in deep learning application, the unusual data can be considered as outlier, and it can be taken out from the data or replaced by the average value. So I recommend to use daily data rather than monthly data to get the best accurate end result, because backpropagation method you use in the modeling need more data to reach the best training state, and for increasing value, all water should be utilized efficiently in order to maintain the sustainability of water supply so that the pollutant can be controlled. And then I recommend to use the best hyperparameter selection in the modeling, and to include the detailed part in the modeling, such as the detail on coding and step of choosing the best prediction trend. And this is my reference. Thank you.